You're tuned into Visions, a business and community affairs program designed to encourage and promote entrepreneurship in Central Alabama.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Vision. Cedric Varner, excited about seeing you today, and we're excited about our guest, Mr. Eugene Tinker, with Certified Technical Experts Incorporated. Also, Ms. Marie Covington, who is the Chief Administrative Officer with Certified Technical Expert. Mr. Tinker, thanks for coming to be with us again on the program. Ms. Covington, good to see you. Of course, we want to let our viewers know that we haven't had a chance to talk to Mr. Tinker in a while. He's the CEO of the company. It's been a couple of years, actually, because you're going to see about all of the great work that he's been doing around, not just in the country, but around the world.
Correct.
Mr. Tinker, thanks for coming.
Thank
you. Just for people who are new seeing you, just kind of give us the inspiration behind CTE, Certified Technical Experts.
Well, CTE is it comes, it's called blood, sweat, and tears is the way I look at it. I mean, you got to have a vision. And so with every vision, there's going to come different hills and mountains that you have to climb. So first thing first, I was always taught, I mean, you live by three things. The first thing is faith, and God is the biggest thing, because when you everybody have a dream, but making a dream come true is all about praying and being able to keep the faith in what you're trying to get into. Your second thing is family. So with that, you have the faith, you have your family. So with those two, you can actually be able to be encouraged to be able to move forward to what you need to get to. And then the last thing, but least, it brings in whatever wealth that you want to get to. So if you're trying to get to whatever goal you're trying to get to, you basically use those two things. And with those two things, you can get to whatever accomplishment you want to get to. So behind CTE, I had a dream. I wanted to actually be able to be a company owner, to be able to give back as much as I possibly could, to have some type of vessel where I can actually be able to help people, to give people a chance, to give young people a chance, to let them know that no matter where you come from, no matter what you go through, that you can make it through whatever the storm is.
Well, and that's what we want to ask you about. Now, when we talk about CTE, it is basically a technology company.
Correct.
And we want to understand what kind of technology that you do, because you've told me that you've expanded now into Atlanta, San Diego, D.C., Germany, Japan, San Antonio, Mississippi, Huntsville. So what are some of the services, in particular, technology-wise, that you provide?
So one of the biggest cores that we bring to the table is our cloud environment. We just start building one of the biggest cloud projects for the CDC. So we're able to take anything from and put it into the cloud environment. So we're using different tools. We partner with Amazon, so we're an Amazon partner. And it allowed us to actually be able to get into different environments and pull them from the old side. We'll break it down. So it's basically, you driving a car now that uses gas. Well, now you got the Teslas that are out there that uses electric. So you basically get into the same place, but now you got less worries. The only worries you got to worry about is their charging station. So what we're basically doing now is we're basically taking a lot of things that a lot of companies or a lot of environments have problems getting to, because at the end of the day, they used to have to touch these 3 or 4 different things to be able to get to that. Well, now we're putting it there where you could be mobile and global and actually be able to get to it. That's one of our biggest cores that CTE does. We also do software development. So we've put softwares in different medical offices. So you may go into some of the doctor's offices and you see this login software where some of those doctor's offices, that's some of our software that we actually created. Okay. And we did it, we actually customized the software to the standards of what HIPAA and these different standards that they have to meet. And then we customize it to the doctor's office's needs.
Okay. Now, I want to get back, because we got a lot to cover, a little bit of time. Now, you brought one of your company officers with you, Marie Covington, the Chief Administrative Officer. Correct. Now, we didn't have Ms. Covington with us last time.
Correct.
So Ms. Covington, kind of give us an overview of just some of the awards. You guys have been really making things happen.
Yeah, so we have been presented a few awards, some very nice awards. One of them is this NCMA award. That's the National Contract Management Association, and it's an environment where other businesses get to connect, and we work together to come up with different business plans, ideas, how to approach various things, and like I said, the networking. So we received an award in regards to that because we're very active, and any way that we can help one another, we definitely try to do so. We also were honored with the award for the Non-Perry Award.
Department of Defense?
Department of Defense, and it's through the Mentor Protege program. We were actually under the Department of the Army, and we were partnering. Our mentor was Tech Masters, and we also got a chance to partner with HBCU here locally, Alabama State University, and so that was definitely a pleasure because we got a chance to work with interns there, very bright young people with ambition and drive and self-initiative, and we were able to get tools from them and provide them tools for the workplace, as well as get them certifications with Microsoft, and they were able to provide some very valuable value added to our program as well.
Excellent.
So.
You know, she just said a lot, Mr. Tinker. We almost don't have enough time. Let me say, let's just start with Alabama State University, okay? Right. And your partnership with them, and you recently won the Non-Perry Award from the Department of Defense.
Correct.
Now, that was in relationship with the Alabama State University College of Business Administration.
Correct.
How did that all come together?
Well, I mean, working with the College of Business Administration, we've been a lot trying to give back. So I look at, you know, you can be anywhere else, you can find any other, but they're right here in your back door. So let's grab these students right here in the back door, right here from this HBCU that, you know, that's a powerful HBCU. So I've worked with the business organization for a while, and we basically kind of came together and we looked at different various of things because when I first started the company, I grabbed the intern from there. I think we was here one time before, a couple of years ago.
That's right.
And that student was telling me some of the things. I looked at some of the curriculums that they was looking at, and I said, hey, let me go over and talk to your advisors and those guys and make sure that making sure that these students come out with the certifications and with the things that they need. And so by bringing Alabama State in, it actually helped a lot of those students because a lot of those students haven't got their own job experience. And then plus, they got their own job experience with the internship, but they also got paid.
Yeah.
Right.
So they also got paid during the time. So, you know, most of the kids are over at the HBCU, they're always looking for, you know, I want to learn, but if I'm getting paid at the same time, it makes it really, really good.
Yeah. Well, you know, as it relates to your programs now, we're trying to get some information and education. Yes. You're a part of a Department of Defense program called the 8A, or government program called the 8A, and it's a certain amount of years.
Correct.
And so you're supposed to develop your business, and so that when you come out of the program, you're self-sufficient, self-sustaining. For those people who are not familiar with what you're talking about. How's that program been going for you?
Program is going really well. From when the company started, we started off as about 3 people. Now we had 100 or more people. We're scattered out. We have offices in corporate offices in Alabama. We have an office in Atlanta. We have an office in San Diego. We have an office in Mississippi. We have an office, so we've even stretched a little farther. We got an office in Germany, and we got an office in Japan. So the company has, that program has worked out really well. One thing I can tell any upcoming companies is that one of the things you definitely want to do is you want to actually find you a good mentor. Find you somebody that basically is not about, you know, trying to grab you in just to win something, but somebody that's there to really want to mentor you. And you got to find, a partnership is like a marriage. So you got to make sure whoever you bringing in on that partnership, that is just like somebody that you're going to live with for the rest of your life. Like, you're going to have some ups and downs, some good days and some bad days, but your happy days will outweigh those days. And the biggest thing is being able to be successful. That's what you really want to do. You want to make sure that your company is a successful company.
That's good. Well, when we talk about your company and the way that it's structured, we're just very proud and excited for all of the work and the awards. that you've been doing. Now, your actual corporate office is in Montgomery.
Correct.
But so from Montgomery, you operate all these other locations, even as far as San Diego, California.
Correct.
Okay. So you got work that you do in Japan.
Correct.
And in Germany.
Yes, sir.
I think you told me you went to Atlanta and you opened an office because you do work with the CDC.
Correct. So we're doing work with that was one of my biggest goals to get, one of the biggest things of moving to Atlanta. You know, it was a fight because I didn't want to fight with the traffic. You here in Montgomery, you don't have to worry about the traffic. You get to Atlanta, and you got to take you 3 hours to get somewhere.
Right.
But the thing was one of the things that I got, and I was inspired by one of the CEO, one of the the individuals from the CDC, couple of the government folks that said, most people are right here in Montgomery. They don't want to drive over to Atlanta and knock on the door. Well, what I did was we put together a plan, and we said every month we're going to go knock on the door at the CDC, because I know for a fact that there's one thing that's in the world that's not going to go away, and that's, excuse me, but it's diseases in the world. It's never going to ever go away. So you definitely want to be able to get your foot in that door. So I made a goal, and I went and knocked on that door, and that opened up a door. When it opened up a door, it opened up a door to several opportunities. So it gave me the motion to say, hey, I'm gonna move to Atlanta, and then moving to Atlanta allowed us to even be more hands-on and to more be able to touch, to get more involved in what was going on within the CDC.
Right.
Man, that's awesome. Great story. We want to come back and touch base on the process. We want to go to Ms. Covington now, and we want to let her continue to tell us about the internship opportunities that you have with CTE.
So we have a couple of partnerships that we do with the local high schools as well. Yeah, so we partner with them, do our high school for those upcoming achievers, and also our partnership with ASU and some of the local colleges. So anyone that's interested, they can definitely submit our resume to Certified Technical Expert, CTE-INC.com.
Excellent. We are running out of time, but before we go, we want to say, Mr. Tinker, you just told me something I didn't know, that as you were developing your company, you were homeless in your truck, standing in a truck stop. 20 seconds.
Correct. So standing in the truck stop, lived out of the TA truck stop, basically. Didn't have anything to go. I wanted to make this dream, so.
Hold that. We're gonna invite you back because we got to go.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for watching. Please call Mr. Tinker. He's going to tell you the rest of the story. That's going to do it for us on this segment of Vision. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.